When I'm scrolling online and just going through scrolling on YouTube or whatever, one thing I can appreciate um is something that I think I don't see enough. And that's men actually trying to give sound advice to like the younger generation on how to move through this life. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, what I mean advice, I mean like actually sound, solid advice. I'm not talking about like the red pill content and things of that nature, which is some gems in there. There are a lot of talking points that's worth mentioning coming out of the red pill space, but a lot of them guys is a lot of them are kind of like, what I'm saying, radicalized at this point. But just sound advice, you know what I'm saying? Because we all see where this younger generation is headed, where they are, and it's you don't want to get too caught up in the negativity, but at the same time, there are a lot of lost young men out here. And if nothing else, you can get on a platform and just speak life into this younger generation. You can speak life into these guys, man, And when I'm out here and I'm moving around and things of that nature, I come across like a lot of young cats that's just really you can tell that they have a good spirit. They have a good heart, but they're moving in directions that's ultimately gonna end them in one or two places. You know what I'm saying? And that really is something that I'm trying to be more aware of and become more thorough at doing. You know what I'm saying? Because again, when you've lived a certain amount of time on this planet, you're gonna you're gonna scoop up knowledge and gain wisdom and things of that nature. And it's honestly your duty to try to reach back and help some of the younger guys coming up. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just how it's always been. You know, when I was moving and coming up and things of that nature, you had older heads that would always give you a little game. They always had a little game for you. You know what I'm saying? They would actually look out for you when they saw that you was kind of moving sideways and doing things of that nature. They might pull you to the side and be like, bro, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? And this, that, and the third. I'm talking about, man, yo, as crazy as it sounds, some of the most well-to-do, balanced, and good-hearted people I know are what society would deem criminals. And that's the thing, criminals. Like, I know a lot of good dudes in prison. I know a lot of good dudes that's been to prison. We get this idea that everybody in prison is just savages and animals, and a lot of times the system, you may go into the system a normal guy, and you may come out a savage, but I know a lot of good dudes in prison, man, and it's just that's something that I always speak loudly about. I know some good guys in prison. They just made a mistake and they're paying for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are a lot of people in my family, a lot of guys in my family that's done long time. I'm talking about, yeah, I mean, my youngest uncle did like 25 years. I have a cousin 2 years younger than me. He doing life without. My cousin that's a year older than me, he been in 26. My cousin 4 years younger than me, he did 12. And so it's just like it's it's a cycle that you see, and you have to try to break that cycle in any way that you can, whether it's in your family, your friends, or just people in your community. So you got to be able to speak wisdom when the opportunity present itself. I'm not saying just strong arm and knowledge on anybody that listen, but if you have the ability and people in your circle or wherever you are, if you start communicating, man, like, yo, spit that wisdom, spit that game to try to help these guys, stay on a path that's not gonna lead them into the dirt or to a jail cell. You understand what I'm saying? And it's just like simple advice, like, bro, we know what it is to be young and out here full of testosterone and things of that nature, bro. Just put a condom on. Be disciplined enough to put a condom on, because having a child for a young man can be one of the most detrimental things that can happen to him in his life. It needs to be a focus. It needs to be something yelled from the rooftops. Yo, if you're going to be out there doing your thing, if you're going to be out here jumping from bed to bed, or this, that, and the third, or you got your little girlfriend or whatever, don't take her word for it that she on birth control. Always strap up. Invest in condoms. If nothing else, protect yourself. That needs to be in the forefront of every young man's mind coming up. You don't want to have a child when you're not ready for one. You don't want to have a kid out here and you're not ready. Because again, that's something that you can overcome it. But why make the path more difficult than it have to be? You know what I'm saying? We already out here getting it the long way. So why make it more difficult on yourself? You know what I'm saying? Just be able to hammer that point home time and time again, because I can't talk to a young man on what not to do when I know when I was his age, I was doing this, I was doing that. But at the end of the day, there's a right way and wrong way to do everything, you know? And you don't want to be one of those people out here learning everything the hard way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I moved out when I was 18. I learned a lot. I made a lot of mistakes. A lot of lessons that we learned the hard way, you know, but I got through it. And more may come, because that's what life does, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if I can instill some type of knowledge and wisdom into somebody coming up to where, yo, don't do it the way I did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, always you want to be better. And that's the thing. And I do see some content creators who are out here just having real conversations with the young men coming up. Because I mean, again, a lot of that red pill content with, yo, focus on yourself and get the bag. I agree with that. But I didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I focused on myself and getting the bag, but at no point in time was I not dealing with women. You know, so it's just, but again, that's a right way and wrong way to do it. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of crazy content out here. You know, but when it's authentic and when it's coming from a right place, there always needs to be more of that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, coming up, yeah, we fought, we did this, we did that, we was out there, you know, but if you can get through it, you always want to reach back to try to prevent others from even having to go through it. You know what I'm saying? Go around that. You know what I'm saying? Find different avenues and different paths to move. And I mean, it can be anything from talking to young guys on about the credit and things of that nature. I have my opinions on credit and this, that, and the third. We know what it is. But at the end of the day, if you at least get them in that mindset early, I'm talking early, before they even out here, start getting at them before they even out here, you know, and just start instilling wisdom. But see, the issue with that is that a lot of the days, the dudes that should be, that are the OGs and things of that nature, they doing the same thing the young dudes doing. It's just like, yo, we have a different breed of man out here. And it's not a lot of men that are just out here thorough and standing on manhood, because there's nothing wrong with just standing on masculinity and manhood. There's nothing wrong with that. They're trying to systematically break down what masculinity is. They're trying to break down what men do. But you have to be comfortable enough in your own skin as a man to understand, like, whatever y'all got going on out there, I'm me. And this is what I do, and I'm not moving any different. You know what I'm saying? I don't follow trends and all of this other weird nonsense that these 2025 new breed, new age dudes out here doing. I'm not with all of that. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you want to do, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just so many twists to, like, masculinity now. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I do know is at the end of the day, by and large, women like men who are men. And this is no dig, no slander at anyone else in any kind of way. But at the end of the day, I'm speaking from experience. I'm speaking from what I know, what I've seen. If you are a man who can stand on your own too and handle yourself the way you need to, move the way you need to, it permeates out of you. And others can read your energy and your frequency, and they rock with it. And the thing of it is that we got a lot of lost men out here. We got a lot of lost older men, a lot of lost children. But it's just like, I'm not asking you to move mountains. You know what I'm saying? But if you at the park, man, shoot a little game to the young ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, because even as older men, sometimes we need that release. We need that outlet. We need someone to where we can just confide in and rock with. And then you can get an understanding that, you're not the only one going through what you're going through. Because regardless of what you say, we are taught not to be vulnerable. But that's outside of the human condition, because we're going to be vulnerable at times. There are a lot of dudes right here walking around with PTSD undiagnosed and all types of other trauma and things of that nature. If you are having a hard time dealing with it as an older guy, imagine what the young buck going through. You know what I'm saying? And again, bro, I get the rhetoric. I hear all the content, stepdads and this and that and the third. Bro, I'm just talking about being human and being somewhat of a community and understanding if you can help. If you can reach out. I'm not asking you to move mountains. But these young guys out here, they really do need like that guidance. You know what I'm saying? And right now, we lacking because there's too many dudes out here my age on that weird energy. These new age dudes, they gossip more than women. Half of them dressing like women. And it's just like, there's a lot of line stepping out here. There's just a lot of line stepping. And at some point in time, we got to find zero. Because after the 80s babies generation phase out, we cook. So, again, man, do what you can. There are a lot of young men out here that are lost. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes just your words of wisdom will be the thing that they need to snap them out of whatever thought process they're in. You know what I mean? It can be small things, small steps. Again, I'm not asking you to work miracles. But as men, we are obligated to try to instill some type of wisdom in the young dudes coming up behind us. You know what I'm saying? Whatever we have. You can be out here in it, struggling, this, that, and the third, but you still have your mind. And as long as you have your health, you winning to some degree. None of us are where we want to be. But at the end of the day, we working on it. You know what I mean? We all works in progress. But while you're doing that, you know what I'm saying? Think about the ones that are coming up behind you. You know what I'm saying? And just try to be that voice, that stabilizing factor. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that the young dude can come and talk to when he going through it at home and this, that, and the third. This was just a little quick video. Again, this channel is going to be somewhat sporadic, you know what I mean? Because it's new. This is new for me. This is me stepping way outside of like who I am. I've always been a private person. I've never been a social media guy, things of that nature. But this is just me stretching who I am, trying to reach out, trying to do more, trying to be different, and getting out of my comfort zone. And if I can do it, hey, anybody can. You know what I mean? So, till the next time.